Watch this. Look at
Plymouth South, Austin, Texas.
yeah, hucked him into the corner. Oh!
The lightweight in the world today. Look at this. Look at this. I risk for the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is your host, Trey Davis, and your other host, Tony, and we're here to talk about pro wrestling today. Well, it's in the books, episode 2 of Raw, and just from me and you talking last night in text messages, you've got you observed something very interesting in the first couple of episodes of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Why don't you go ahead and reveal what it is you've noticed about the first 2 episodes?
So there's been about 10 matches so far, right? About 8 to 10 matches, I'd say, so far in the Netflix era. First 2 weeks.
Correct.
Fun fact, not one heel has won a match yet in the Netflix era. A heel has not won a match.
And I came back and said something like, other than Drew McIntyre, do you have a tip-top heel on Raw, which is usually not the case. Usually you have too many heels and you don't have a good enough babyface. For years it was like that, but now it's the exact reverse.
Well, is Solo on Raw now? Solo's considered on Raw, right? Solo's a big heel.
Is he considered on Raw?
Yeah,
I don't think he is. I think that was just a one-time match that they did. Now, they'll probably find a way to get all of them on Raw because
what about Gunther?
Yeah. I thought Gunther was going to SmackDown. And they even teased that with him walking out of Nick Aldis's office weeks and weeks ago, an angle that was totally fucking dropped. I think they totally, just decided, you know what? We're not going to do that anymore, I guess. And, Roman Reigns and Solo, they're SmackDown talents. There's never been anything that came out that said that they're not. There's been no trades or anything like that. I think it was just like a big time match that they wanted to put on Raw. But I don't.
But no, I see your point. Triple H does love baby faces.
Well, you look at Raw and you is Cody considered on Raw? I don't think so.
No,
right?
Cody's a SmackDown guy now.
Okay. Well, it looks like SmackDown's kind of babyface top heavy as well. Because on SmackDown you have Cody Rhodes, you have Roman Reigns, you have who am I missing? A ton of baby faces on that side. And
LA Knight.
LA Knight. At least you have some little bit better heels on SmackDown as far as Jacob Fatu.
But I agree with you. There's really not like that top heel guy.
Yeah, there really isn't
much. There's not much of that.
Now they may be about to turn Seth heel, which I like. I like Rollins better as a heel. I think Rollins can fill that top heel spot. Just my opinion. I get a little tired of seeing Rollins. Something about Rollins, even when he went away and he came back, is like he wasn't gone long enough.
And again, also I got to point out, really no angles. No storyline build up maybe, but I mean,
it's like they're teasing a lot of stuff, but they haven't pulled the trigger on anything, right?
Nothing's, as a wrestling fan and story progression and all that, I don't feel I've gotten that yet.
I just think that around this time of year, you should have in mind what the first 2 or 3 matches for Mania will be. It's not like that every year. I get that.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they
during
know.
But during the Triple H era, it should be out there for everybody to see. Yeah. It's all about pleasing the fans, and
like
I just don't feel like you get that.
The best thing to me in the company right now, as far as entertaining, is the New Day. And I haven't seen them yet. Where the hell's the New Day?
Yeah, they're
Like,
going to
that's
be
the
on this
most,
week. I think you got so much time to fill, and it's like they
I
just don't.
guess.
They
I
don't
don't know.
have the time for them. I guess even though they can go as long as they want, but I mean, there's only so many people you can push each week, I guess. But like you said, there's nothing to really cry. This Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes shit is about to end. Finn Balor or the Judgment Day and Damian Priest is done. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan is done. The Bloodline versus Bloodline story is done. All of that got wrapped up, right?
Is it?
In just the
Is it? I
last.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I don't
on
know.
SmackDown they did add a wrinkle in it with LA Knight and the Bloodline. They apparently are feuding now. That
Yeah,
happened this past week and ruined his opportunity to beat Shinsuke.
right.
So there's that. You have that, but the Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes feud is fixing to end as well.
It's looking that way. I mean, so now what we really have to talk about is where are they going?
I think they're going for a Seth Rollins heel turn. I think that Seth Rollins is going to go on somewhat of a losing streak. Like he lost against Punk. I think he's going to lose against McIntyre this coming up week, and that'll break your streak of baby faces winning.
Okay.
I'm assuming that as a wrestling fan, that's where it looks like it's headed in that direction. I don't know where they're going with Gunther because you have Gunther and Jey Uso. Jey Uso is one of your most popular baby faces on Raw. He comes out and challenges Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Gunther has been rumored to be becoming a babyface, a guy who doesn't shy away from competition. But let me tell you something. When you've got a roster of babyfaces like Jey Uso, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns, LA Knight, all of those guys are super over as babyfaces. Do you really need Gunther as a babyface? It's not like the fans have totally turned and been like, no, we're not accepting this guy as a heel. He will be a babyface. The fans aren't doing that. So who in the back, who in management decided, you know what? This guy needs to be a babyface. This foreign heel needs to be a babyface. Come on.
Well, it hasn't happened yet, to be fair. So.
It hasn't, but they have teased it, and as rumors are going around that he is going to be. And last night he even teased it a little bit by giving Jey Uso his props a little bit. But
I don't like
man,
that.
I don't know. I really hope they don't do
face.
that.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I really hope they don't do that. It's heavily rumored that they are going to do that.
See it.
Okay, other things that happened on Raw on Netflix episode 2, things that I liked. I love the Pentagon debut. I enjoyed it.
We talked about that. Yeah, that felt big. It really did.
Yeah.
It did. It felt like a big moment. Sorry, AEW, I guess, huh? Oof.
Well, it's funny. I have a friend at work who's a bigger fan of AEW than WWE, and he's like, "Man, I can't wait to see WWE drop the ball on this. He's just going to be another name on the roster." I'm
the guy was more over before. The guy was more over.
He got that backwards.
He was more over before he debuted in WWE than he was in AEW. They just don't know what they're doing over there. They don't know how to make stars. They had this guy.
In my opinion, in AEW, he came in as a tag wrestler. He went out as a tag wrestler. He was just another part of a tag team with his brother, Ray Phoenix. And it was, they booked him well at the beginning, and then they just kind of floundered. And then you had him have a somewhat short singles run. Pentagon was hurt a little bit here and there. They didn't book them terrible, but they didn't book them good. They didn't feel relevant.
But
as a matter of fact, you would forget that they were even there. I mean, that's how I felt. I was like, oh shit, I forgot. Yeah. They have Ray Phoenix and Pentagon. But that last night, that felt special. That felt like a special debut. It was a pretty good damn match.
I thought it was a good match. I'm sure it was considered slow to the AEW fans. But
That's called telling a story in the ring, and I don't
I
mind that
love it.
one bit.
I
And if
love
it
that
keeps your
style.
wrestlers healthy to where we can see them next week and the next week,
You know,
then
I
I'm
love
all
that
for
style.
it.
So
Yeah.
props to Chad Gable having a great match.
Chad Gable is he's a great talent. He really is.
Yeah,
He is
it was a
very
good match,
underrated.
man. It was a good match.
Yeah. It was.
He was there for Penta, you know? He did
And
a
I
good
love
job
the
for him.
interview in the ring after it. It feels more sports related when they interview him in the ring after a match. I've always enjoyed that. AEW even does it. That it was different from WWE. When AEW was doing it, I liked it, and now WWE does it. I love it. It adds a special live feel to it and a special moment. He has his family out in the crowd; they're crying. Just a really good special moment. And commentary did an absolutely phenomenal job putting over Pentagon, talking about him being world champion in TNA, and they just did a great job, man. I think.
You
Would you
gotta
agree?
love it. You gotta love how they leave AEW out of the equation. It's funny. It's great. He was never.
They were little. It's like they went from not working with anybody and being on an island by themselves, WWE, to Triple H taking over and being like, okay, we're cool with everybody except AEW.
I love
And
it. I think it's great.
can you blame them because of all the shots that Tony Khan would take at WWE
Exactly.
in the last few years? Like,
Exactly.
this is fucking bullshit. I've got more money than them, and I'm not going to take this bullshit. I'm just remembering random quotes of him just absolutely shitting on WWE. And it's like, if you're Triple H, here's a guy who's been in the business forever, has paid his fucking dues, and you've got this guy right here who has no history of professional wrestling, just being a fan.
But I mean, let's face it. Tony Khan has the resources. Why would you want to help somebody out that has those resources and could possibly challenge your company's business?
And why would you want to help somebody that has publicly shit on your company as well?
To hell with that.
No.
To
I
hell
don't
with
blame him.
that.
But let me ask you this. Does it feel like WWE gives TNA the little brother approach sometimes? Like, maybe one day you might be able to get a TV deal, but we're going to hold you at an arm's length. They kind of little brother them, I've noticed, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
Not necessarily
It's
a bad
okay
thing.
for other companies to acknowledge WWE as the tip-top fed. As watching Reality of Wrestling this past weekend, Booker T's promotion, they do it. It's like a farm system for NXT, honestly. A lot of the guys that graduate or leave Reality of Wrestling go on to NXT. He gets them to the next level. So he acknowledges WWE as the top fed. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Just saying, if you're an indie promotion.
No, it's not a bad thing at all. I mean, you're not competing with them anyway. Why not be looked at as the underdog? That's what fans like anyway. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, talking about things we like from Raw, I enjoyed Pentagon's debut. I enjoyed the Intercontinental Finals match. I thought it was pretty good. Those ladies worked hard.
Again, this Raw, what you got on paper is what you got on TV.
Yep.
Nothing was bad. Nothing was fantastic. It was a good show. It was a nice show.
Damian Priest, Finn Balor was wrapped up with a nice bow on top. It's
Nice
over
little show.
with.
Nice little
Great.
show, Trey.
It was a good match.
Nice little match, nice little show, but I'm kind of a little sick of saying nice little show. I need some intense moments.
I need a hot angle headed
I
into
need an
Mania.
angle. I need an angle, Trey.
I know. We need some stories. We need some feuds. We need a clear-cut road to WrestleMania on who the main event is on SmackDown, who the main event is on Raw. Where are we going? We don't know yet.
Yeah,
Because
I try
we're
to be
still
patient all
wrapping
the
up.
time.
Right, we're still wrapping up feuds that have been happening since the summertime. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
crazy.
I'm so glad Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley is done. Nia Jax looks like she's going to be on Raw now. You know, as much as people hate Nia Jax,
I
I
like
will
her.
say this: I always love the monster heel.
Yeah, I
And
love the monster heel.
she knows how to get heat, man.
She's
Holy
good.
shit!
I got no problem with Nia.
No, I
Nah,
mean,
not at
other
all.
than I don't think she's hurt anybody in a long time. That's the only problem I ever had with Nia. I thought she was a little bit careless, but
Whatever, shit happens. That ain't my
hey,
problem.
whatever. She's a monster heel and she gets heat. People fucking hate Nia Jax. And you know what? I thought she did a great job on the mic last night.
I agree
getting heat.
100%. She did a very good job.
Shitting on Bayley in her hometown, shitting on Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton. I enjoyed it. I'm glad that Nia is on Raw. It looks like they're going to go towards Nia and Rhea Ripley
Looking like that.
coming up. But, like I said, I want to know what's going on for Mania, and I don't feel like I know what's going to happen for Mania yet.
Usually I would say that's okay.
Yep.
That's all right. But it's been a long time of this. We got to get going here.
I really hope they don't do Logan Paul versus Gunther. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. But if you're going to turn Gunther face, you put him against Logan Paul.
I guess.
Yeah, not excited about that one.
I'm not.
No. Okay, it's that time in the show. It's time for the What the Fuck moment of the week. And the What the Fuck moment of the week, since we're doing this a little bit earlier, I'm going to give you my What the Fuck moment of the week, and this is a good one. You'll want to piggyback off this, Tony. You don't have to have one, but here it is. Last week, Casino Battle Royal, because we haven't got to this week's Dynamite yet in the week, guys. When this drops, y'all are probably going to be like, huh? This is old. This is my What the Fuck moment in the Casino Battle Royal. We have Jeff Jarrett coming down. Jeff Jarrett, who started this hot angle, says, I'm going to get that AEW championship. Put me in that gauntlet match. Well, then Jeff Jarrett comes out and he gets a tremendous ovation. The crowd is behind Jeff Jarrett, who was best buddies with Owen Hart and is now a babyface, right? So then Jeff Jarrett comes out and Wheeler Yuta comes over and attacks Jeff Jarrett. Are they in a feud? No. Is Jeff Jarrett in a feud with the Death Riders? No. Has Jon Moxley came out and said, I don't like you, Jeff Jarrett. You'll never get a shot at my championship. No. What happened here? Why is Wheeler Yuta going after Jeff Jarrett and ruining his chance at the AEW championship? Okay, hold on, Tony. They're going to interview Jeff Jarrett in the ring after the Casino Battle Royal. And they interview him. Jeff Jarrett says nothing about the Death Riders. Says nothing about Wheeler Yuta ruining his shot. He doesn't even care. Well, dadgummit, I'll get him next time. What the fuck? That makes no fucking sense.
That's pretty bad.
He's not in a feud with Wheeler Yuta. Why is Wheeler Yuta costing him his opportunity at the Casino Battle Royal? They're not in a feud. And then Jeff Jarrett had the opportunity in the interview after it to be like, God dang it, y'all ruined my chance of becoming AEW champion. I'm coming after you, Death Riders, especially you, Wheeler Yuta, for ruining my moment, you son of a bitch. No, we didn't get that. We got nothing. He had the chance when he got interviewed after the match. And he still didn't say anything about Wheeler Yuta ruining his chance.
That's pretty bad.
What the fuck moment of the week. That makes no fucking sense at all. Am I right?
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty fucking bad, right?
That's pretty bad.
And we totally missed it last week. I listened to a review show, and they pointed out, I'm like, yeah, that makes no fucking sense. How did I fucking miss that? But that's my what the fuck moment of the week. Tony, if you got a moment, if you don't, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna go. I'm just gonna go the what the fuck, man. No angles.
No angles on
angles.
Raw still. Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's
Give me my stories.
That is a great what the fuck moment of the week.
That's
Tony,
all.
we're about to get out of here. What are you looking forward to this week in professional wrestling?
I hope to see the New Day. That's my favorite thing going on in wrestling right now is the New Day and that whole story. So I hope we get to see some New Day next week.
Tomorrow we're going to be watching. I shouldn't be dating myself because I don't know exactly when this podcast is going to get dropped, but I am really hoping this week on AEW Dynamite, they got a good plan. Powerhouse Hobbs is going to get in a hot feud with the Death Riders. This isn't going to just be a one-off. I am really hoping this week, this is what I'm looking forward to, AEW putting on a stellar show and doing stuff that makes sense. That's what I'm hoping for this week.
Me too. I'm with you. I'll be watching.
Other news and notes, let's go over that real quick before we get out of here. It appears that Matt Riddle has won the MLW Championship on their big show that happened on YouTube. Props to MLW. I don't know how they put on every one of their shows on YouTube for free, but they do, and they have excellent wrestling, excellent storylines. As a matter of fact, I think this show is booked way better than AEW Dynamite or Collision.
That's not very hard to do. No, I haven't. And good for you for doing that, Trey. But because I won't be. I won't be watching MLW.
MLW, I watch it every once in a while. Congratulations to Matt Riddle for winning their top championship. Reality of Wrestling, they're putting on some great stuff too. I'll watch it every once in a while. Hey, if I've got the free time, I'll catch it all, man. I really will. I don't want to be just one of those guys. Oh, that guy doesn't know shit about wrestling. All he does is talk about WWE, AEW. Hey, it's the most relevant. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that the most.
Hey, man, I got a family. I got a kid. What do you want from me?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, sometimes, I'm more of like, I've got a family, I've got a kids. Let me get away from them for a moment and do my own thing. Once you have that second child, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. The bathroom, I heard, becomes a nice office.
Yes.
A nice getaway.
Well, now they're coming out that it's terrible for dads to be sitting on the toilet playing on their phones for more than 10 minutes. That's I'm like, hey, sometimes I got to take a dump for more than 10 minutes. Give me a break here, right? I mean, shit.
I think on that note, we should bounce.
We should bounce. We're going to get out of here, guys. Thank you for joining us this week. Thank you for all the love, feedback. Don't forget to share and like our podcast. Put our names out there because when we win, you guys win. Appreciate it, Tony.
Take care.